Prehistoric research at the Polytechnic Institute of Tomar started over 30 years ago, focused mainly on the study of the transitions, cultural transitions in prehistory. Today, you will find primarily three main research lines. The first one is the archaeological and geoarchaeological assessment of those prehistoric transitions, particularly culture change in the Paleolithic, namely interested in the Middle Paleolithic and Middle Stone Age in Africa, but also the Neolithic transition, the transition from late hunter-gatherers to the first farmers in various contexts, including what is studied under the label of archaeology of contact, meaning the contact between European or other complex societies in relation to non-literary prehistoric societies in various parts of the world. Normally people think more about the southern hemisphere, but this is a reality that can be observed also in Europe, particularly in the areas beyond the limits of the Roman Empire. This geoarchaeological assessment is interested in studying settlement patterns, also symbolic behaviors, but always framed within the material constraints, above all stratigraphic and geological constraints of those dynamics of human peopling. The second main research avenue is Rupestrian archaeology. Here we have focused primarily for a large number of years on methodologies of recording and analyzing the evidences of paintings, pigments, and so forth, but also engravings and all sorts of rock art evidences. And we have two main themes that are currently taking most of our attention. On one hand, the earliest start in the European subcontinent, and particularly the dates for contexts that could be older than the arrival of modern humans in Europe, and schematic art. Schematic art in Southern Europe, which is normally associated to the Neolithic and Chalcolithic societies, but also schematic art beyond Europe in various chronological contexts. And thirdly, we are interested in reasoning about how the methods, the concepts, the approaches of prehistoric research can be relevant in terms of heritage, but beyond the research itself, particularly in museum studies, setting up museums, setting up exhibitions, also the implications for landscape management, to what extent what we can interpret in terms of the management of prehistoric societies and non-literary societies can be of use for contemporary people, and finally trying to bring this into the public sphere through the preparation of policies, namely the UNESCO program's Bridges, which is a novel program that we helped establishing, or existing programs like the World Heritage program or the Geoparks program. This is basically our main team. The team is much larger than this. We are part of the Geosciences Center of Coimbra University, which includes 4 institutions, including the Earth and Memory Institute in Muséum and the Polytechnic Institute of Tomar. These two together are primarily responsible for the quaternary studies within the Geosciences Center. So I hope we will be able to pursue this collaboration with all of you, and I look forward to meeting those of you who I still don't know, and remain available for any questions that you may raise.